Hello everybody, it's Brenda. I'm here today to talk to you about grieving your child on Mother's Day. As most of you know, in January I lost my last child. I had 3 children and I lost them all. And it's very, very sad. I've always had a sad Mother's Day, but now I really have a sad Mother's Day because I have no children, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a mother. So I put down some words and feelings and things and wrote down some things, and I'm going to read them. And maybe you can all understand how a grieving mother feels. Maybe it can help a grieving mother get through it. So here we go. I miss my child every day. This grief of mine never leaves me. And honestly, why should it? I love my child more than I ever could have imagined. Yes, I do mean in the present tense, love. It is my child. Knowing that my child will never return in my arms, however, a mother's love for her child doesn't require physical presence. It can be proven by the fact that most mothers love their children even before they're born. I will love my child forever, and therefore I will grieve my child forever. This is just how it goes. Okay, and then it goes on. I know it's difficult for some people to understand my ongoing grief, I guess because they want me to get better and return to normal. However, I actually am normal, just different now. I believe those who say they want to support me on this difficult day like Mother's Day, but part of this is accepting me as a grieving mother who will always love her deceased child. Again, this is just how it is, how it goes. My grief is like the weather. Some days it's calm and quiet, maybe even a little sunny. Other days it's a devastating storm that makes me feel anxiety and exhausted, raw and empty inside, angry. I wake up in the morning and wonder, am I even alive at all? And if so, how am I supposed to make it through this day? This is why you asked me how I feel about Mother's Day. All I can say that it depends. Of course, it doesn't get spoiled by actual rain, but I'll be praying that the grief storms stay at bay. Like many things in a grieving mother's life, Mother's Day is bittersweet, to the 9th degree. On one hand, I feel an immense joy because I was blessed with my child, and I feel gratitude every moment I was given with them. On the other hand, the pain of missing my child is the greatest happiness of my life. Supposed to be my best friend is intense. Grieving mothers live with so many of these confusing contrasts. They are like undercurrents that tug and toss about your heart and mind. I am the mother of a child who is not alive, perhaps a child who you never met. You can't ask me about their school year or how they're like piano lessons or whether they've chosen a major in college. In my mind, I've imagined my child doing all these things. People don't realize that I have grieve each of my children's milestone, knowing they don't get the opportunity to express their social days or experience their special days. I'm so sorry. And most people don't know how to validate my child's place in this world or my ongoing role as a mother. This is difficult. This is a difficult concept for others to grasp. Heck, sometimes I even grapple with the answers to the questions. Do I even have children, or how many? I know many grieving mothers like me long for those questions to have a straightforward answers. Sadly, mothers who have experienced the death of their only child may even wonder whether they get to call themselves a mother at all in the broader society. So in addition to the pain of grief, those mothers have to cope with a sense of being left out, forgotten, and ignored. Can you imagine how that might feel? This must be like being stabbed through the heart, and when you turn to others for help, they say, what blood and what knife? Then for mothers who have surviving children, there is a gem of a comment. Don't forget, you're lucky to have other children. Please let me assure you, a mother does not forget any of her children. This mother loves each and every one of her children in a unique, special way. But always her children has died, and so her love for her child looks a little untraditional. Mothers don't have mothers don't have a finite amount of love for their, and to be shifted and divided and spread all around. Comments, because it's difficult enough for grieving mothers who often feel torn between feeling all that said. You asked me what it's like to grieve a child on Mother's Day, so here is what I have to say. This day will be forever hard for me. I live with the emptiness that no one can fill, so I may be sad, I may be unsociable, and I may need to take a break to be by myself in a quiet place. Whatever shape my grief takes on this day, please allow me to feel the way that I feel. Please follow my lead. Beyond that acknowledgement, me as me, a mother, it makes me feel forgotten, as though my child has been forgotten. When people act like though my child never acts as if my child never existed. Also, I can sense that people feel uncomfortable talking about my child, and consistently feel like I consistently feel like the elephant in the room. But it doesn't have to be that way. Honestly, I find it really comforting when someone talks about my child. I love hearing their name spoken out loud. I love hearing the stories about them. Maybe you know a story I've never heard, or maybe I've heard a story, or maybe I've heard a story 100 times before, but it really doesn't matter to me. Your acknowledgement alone is one of the greatest Mother's Day gifts you could give me. I guess while I'm offering my 2 cents, I also have something to say to my fellow grieving mothers. No one has it all figured out, but I've learned a few lessons along the way. If you're worried about Mother's Day, you're not alone. Do not try to get overwhelmed or wrapped up in anxiety. You may actually find that the appreciation of Mother's Day worse than the day itself. You may want to plan it with others who are struggling with the day, and if you can, it always helps to face the day with people who love and support you. Whatever you do, believe you will make it through the day. With time and grief, storms will grow smaller and less frequent, and you will find a little more balance in the room to breathe. Believe this and celebrate Mother's Day all at the same time. Let's take care of each other. So that's just what I wanted to get out there, to let people know about how it feels to me. I feel left out. People are going to be afraid to say Happy Mother's Day. Don't be afraid to tell me Happy Mother's Day, because that will even hurt me worse, to feel like that my kids never existed. But it's going to be a hard day. And I want to thank everybody for watching my video. And God bless all the mothers out there who are grieving their children on Mother's Day. Thank you.